What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this is me trying to make a hospital. Now, this is a remake, because I did make one a while back, which I will show you at the end of this little segment. But, yeah, I will be showing you how to make the interior for this as well, and, yeah, I'll also tell you about, like, logistics or whatever you need that might be important for how big you want to make this, because you can make this a lot larger, you can make this smaller if you really wanted to. However, I will talk about that. And, yeah, I'll show you the small one in a second. I'll just say my opinions now so I don't run too long. I don't know, it's way too small, and it doesn't look the greatest in my opinion. But, yeah, there it is right now. But, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so the space you're needing is a 71 by 44, and the materials you're needing are white concrete, blue stained glass panes. You can use whatever color you want. I think blue does work best, though. Gray concrete, blue stained glass blocks, acacia doors, pillar quartz blocks, smooth quartz slabs, red concrete, and smooth stone. I think that's all you need. Now, I do want to talk about, I guess logistics or whatever you want to call them. Kind of just like generally what I think is best for this. I think you need to do an even number for this design to work of floors. No less than 6. I'd say probably no more than 10. I think 6 works well. That is 6, by the way. What I built is 6. I think that's a good height. If you're doing this in, like, a normal town, I think that 6 is good. If you're doing this in a city, I would probably go 8 or 10. Because every additional 2 floors is that much. It's 1/3 of how tall this building is. So I'd probably go 8. And, each room is 2 windows, so approximately 36 rooms per floor. So, again, if you're in a big city, who knows? Town, though, 36 by 6 sounds fairly decent, and it might be more than that. We will see how it ends up working. But, yeah, it has to be an even number, not just for this. You could do 7, you could do 8, however, or you could do 7 or 9. This will not work, though, if you do 7 or 9. Because, well, you could figure it out to work, but it works best with an even number. Because it's 9, 9, and 8, I believe. But, yeah, starting from the front left-hand corner of your 71 by 44 grid, cough, cough, if you made it, you want to count backwards by 4, and right by 1, and going right, you want to place 28 white concrete. I'm just going to start off with the window pattern for this, because I'm going to do the entire front on recording, and I'll probably do, like, half of left and half of the back. Just so this video isn't, like, an hour and a half. But, now, actually, I'll just tell you after in a sec. So you want to going left to right or right to left on top of that does not matter. You want to place 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete. If you want to add more sections, what you need to do is place another white concrete, 2 panes, 2 white concrete, 2 panes, 2 white concrete, and then depends on what you want to do from there. So basically, there are 2 windows separated by 2 white concrete, and then the next 2 are separated by 3, and on either edge it's 2. The reason I'm telling this is in case you want to have more than 3 rooms per front. So it's 6 total on the front, and then it's, I think it's 4 along the sides. One of those being shared. So I think 6 by 4 would still work as far as math is concerned. You then want to copy that row one more time. This is going to be a long tutorial, so buckle in. Although you probably would have been able to already tell that because you probably would have looked at the time before you just started watching it. Because that's usually what I'll do. Even if I, like, I'm gonna watch and it's like 50 minutes or whatever, I'm like, not sure. Not for tutorials, just kind of generally. You then want to place 3 rows of white concrete on top of that. I know, like, usually what I do for long tutorials is I'll do, like, half of it, and then I'll do the other half a different time. It's probably smartest. And then you want to copy your window pattern again. So 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, and then copy that row one more time. You better get acclimated to this pattern, because we're going to be doing it a lot in this video. The front, left, right, and back all use the same pattern. It's a little bit different on the right and the left, because the sides are longer than they are on the front. And then you want to place 3 rows of white concrete on top of that. But it's the same kind of general retrospect, if that's the proper word. It's the same concept. That's what I was probably looking more so for. And then again, next window pattern, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, or sorry, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete. I even have made a lot of mistakes on this, because it's hard. It's because you're so used to placing 2, 2, 2, but then it's like 2, okay, it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3. I think that's what's confusing me, because it's a 2 on the first, and then just try and copy the pattern below. I know, it's hard, but yeah. And then you want to continue this pattern until you reach as many floors as you would like. And then above the top layer, you want to place 2 white concrete above the top windows. And then I will specify the pattern again on the other side. So it's 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, and etc. I think I did that right. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard because it's so many like it's so many 2s and then just a random 3 that's just out of place. But I did it that way so the rooms were actually centered properly, because if you do, I didn't want to make the rooms too large, so each one has 2 windows, and I wanted to split it directly in the middle of like 2 windows, which is why the 3s are there. That's kind of why the pattern is how it is. So you don't need the 3s at all, but it makes the build, it will make the build better in the long run. But yeah, I might tone down the 36 rooms per floor. It might go down to like, say 18 or something. I don't know. We'll just see. It'll be a process. And I'm gonna do an inside. It'll probably be first 2 floors I'll show you how to do, and then every floor above that second floor wants to just be copied. I don't know why I'm telling you that now, because it's not really useful right now, but yeah, so I believe that's 5 floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So again, at least 6. 6, I think, is probably the best number to go for, in my opinion. Because it's still a very tall building, and you don't want the sides to look too thin. And I think that 6 is that kind of number where it looks just right. Like, it's almost too tall. It almost is, but it's just right. And then again, once you hit your designated height above the top row of windows, you want to place 2 rows of white concrete. Just like that. Get acclimated to doing that, because we're gonna have to do that 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have to do that 6 more, or 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 more times. All right. Hopefully everyone's having a good day or night. Haven't had a chance to say that, but here's a good break. Starting from this bottom right-hand corner of this big wall, you want to place 4 diagonally to the right by 1. You want to place a gray concrete. Thank you, Minecraft Ambiance. You then want to bring it forward by 1, right by 2, backward diagonally to the right with a blue stained glass block, right with 2 acacia doors, blue stained glass, 2 acacia doors, blue stained glass, forward diagonally to the right with a gray concrete, right by 2, back by 1. This was my way to make it a 1 block center, because 1 block center is ideal for this based on the cross symbol. So, yeah. You then want to bring all your blue stained glass blocks up with 2 additional blue glass, and then the doors want to be brought up with 1 blue stained glass. Just like that. Now, you want to bring up your 2 gray concrete sides up with 31 gray concrete. 31. Now, for each additional floor, it would be another, I think, 5 blocks tall? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'd be 5 blocks taller. I think the easiest way to tell is it's going to be 2 blocks taller than the main wall section. And then obviously they will be as tall as each other. Which, if you don't feel like counting on the other side, you can just rough estimate, and then the next step will kind of help you make sure that everything is as is. Oh, I broke a block, but I didn't break the right block. That was unfortunate. But, yeah. This is... yeah. And I didn't even plan on doing a remake hospital for another while, because I knew it was going to be a huge one, and I didn't have, like, plans for it. But then I was going to I wanted to build an ambulance, because I'd never built one before, and then I was like, you know what? I just did an ambulance, so why don't I just do the other half right after that? It's certainly a big difference. It certainly is. I think that's a given. Also, I don't know if you're going to be seeing this, the tutorial transition after the one after that one. After the ambulance, the one after the modern house. It will be next. I don't know, but yeah. You then want to connect the center of these 2 gray concrete sections together above the blue stained glass blocks. It does want to be forward diagonally from the blue glass. And it does not want to go over it, so it does not want to be covered up at all. That was a dumb way to explain that, sorry. But, yeah. This is certainly a long one. Secret Neighbor is coming up soon. Or, you might have seen that. No, you would have seen that by now. Sorry, it would have been yesterday that I would have uploaded that. And I'm going to have a ton of those that are going to be available, because we're recording, every weekend, I think, is the plan. And I have 3 videos. I don't even know if I'm going to upload the first one, because it kind of sucks, and I don't feel like transferring it to PlayStation, because it's easier to edit from the PlayStation. But I'll probably do it eventually. Alright. What you want to do now is you want to, at the center row of the 3 gray concretes either side of the door, the center row, you want to place row pillar quartz blocks in front of this gray concrete section. It should be 32 blocks tall if you're doing the 6 blocks. 6-story building. 6-story hospital, sorry. I didn't actually think I was going to be able to make this look good. Because I just put these and I was like, no, I don't like those. So I tried to make the icon bigger. I hated that. So then I ended up adding the cross beams and I actually really liked it. So like right there you notice I don't like how that looks. But yeah, it will be better, I promise. And then what you want to do now is on the gray concrete above the doorway, you want to place a row of ups and on smooth quartz slabs. And it wants to stick out the left and the right of the pillar quartz blocks by 1 row. Just like that. You could leave it like that, because I actually like how that looks. However, what I did is I brought that forward by an additional row of ups and on smooth quartz slabs, including the pillar quartz blocks. Want to be brought forward with that. Just like that. Now, next step. You want to, from the bottom gray concrete, or I guess this bottom, like, above the ups and on smooth quartz slabs, you want to leave 9 block gaps, and you want to place rows of pillar quartz blocks. Once you hit the top, there will only be an 8-block section. So look, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 10th block, place sideways pillar quartz blocks moving across. And you have to do that 2 times if you're... This is why I said even numbers, because look, the top one is 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have an 8 and 2 9s. The reason that it is important to only have it as an even number is for that reason. Because if you add a 7th floor, per se, then the pillar quartz would go across, I think, the 2nd block up here. Like, let's say right here. And then the floor would go... Window... Would be like window. Yeah, it'd be 2 blocks taller, so you'd have a very small section above that. If you want to do that, that's fine, but... I personally don't like the way that that is. And then what I would do is in the middle section, so if you have 4, I would do the second one up. So this one. At the bottom center of this, so basically I would line it up with the doors. You want to count up by 3 blocks. On the 3rd gray concrete, you want to place a red concrete. Bring it right by 1, up 1, right 1, up 2, left 1, up 1, left by 2, down 1, left 1, down 2, right 1, down 1. So you should have that. It's kind of like a circle. And then the middle, which should be a plus shape, you want to fill in with white concrete. Just like that. Now. I actually lied earlier, because I said I was going to do the entire front. I think I'm going to do like three layers and then cut out the other 3. On the right side, you want to, from this back block of gray concrete, you want to count backward diagonally to the right by 1, and you want to place a white concrete. Bring it right by 27. And then going left to right or right to left on top of that does not matter. You want to place 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, that's 2, 2 blue stained glass panes, and 2 white concrete. Just like that. And then you want to copy that row one more time. I did that so slowly so you could understand it better. Also, sorry if my 3s and my 2s sound similar. I kind of realized that. But, if you have any troubles, you can look at my screen. And once you copy it one more time, you want to place 3 rows of white concrete on top of that. And then your window pattern, and etc. until you hit the same point that the other side was on, which for me is 6 floors. For you, it's whatever you want it to be. But I would make it shorter if you're in a town area, if you're building like a town. If you're building a city, I would make it a little bit taller, like depending on where you are. If it's in the middle of a big city, I would make it taller. If it's kind of like freestanding or by itself, I would make it like a little bit shorter. Like I'd say 6 if it has its own like designated area in kind of like a town, I guess. And if it's in a city where it's like around a lot of other big buildings, even if it has its own plot, like let's say there's a skyscraper there and a skyscraper behind it and a skyscraper left and a skyscraper right of it, I would make it taller. But if it's all like houses and restaurants and stuff around it that are shorter, I would make it shorter as well. Although it should still be, if it's in a city, it should be shorter than everything else, probably. If it's in a town, it should be taller than everything else. I know that logic doesn't really work very well in that case, but yeah. Like, let's say with what's around it right now, I would make it shorter. Because you have house, Popeyes, bowling alley, those aren't really huge buildings. I haven't made any skyscrapers, actually. The sad thing is, this is one of my taller buildings, that I've ever made. I know I've made apartments and stuff that were taller, but I think this takes the cake for top 5 tallest, definitely. Well, I guess Hello Neighbor exists, and that probably takes half of the top 5 by itself. Also, I will just say that Secret Neighbor I do want to do a tutorial on. Yeah, I guess I'll do the whole front. Well, what are we at? No, yeah, I'll just do the whole front, and then I'll instruct you slightly on one side, and then we will do the rest of that off recording. Just because I don't want this video to be an hour and a half. I can only go to 80 minutes anyways, so. Yeah. So I have to be very careful with that, because I might have to go in and trim the clip, which would be painful from PlayStation, because it's really slow when you do that, but yeah. Alright, I think one more floor, yes. But yeah, I really enjoy this, though. This might be one of my favorite tutorials that I've made. I have to make a top 10 tutorials list for something. Maybe for, like, 500 tutorial videos, not total tutorials, because that would be impossible to calculate with all the double parts that I've made. But yeah, I do want to make one of those, because I think I'm pretty close. I think it's like 390 or 400, something ridiculous like that. And then again, once you hit the top, it's the 2 rows of white concrete. And it should be two rows shorter than the gray concrete section. But yeah, once you've done that, you should have this. That is the front of your build basically done. We have that little trim at the top to do, which, you know what, this reminds me of my prison. The prison was very similar. It had these big white walls with the windows. And it had the one section in the middle. I don't think it was gray concrete. I don't remember what it was. And it had the gray concrete trim at the top. That's funny. Alright, so what you want to do now is you want to come to either side, and the bottom corner, the far bottom corner, you want to bring this white concrete back with 36 white concrete. Just like that, so 3-6. What you want to do now is going front to back, you want to place 1 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, oopsies, 2 white concrete, or no, sorry, 3 white concrete, I keep doing that, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, and 2 white concrete. If I ever get slightly distracted, I'm going to make a mistake. You then want to copy that row one more time. And again, make sure you are doing this on both sides. I'm going to do most of this off recording, as well as the back, which I will tell you how to do. Although it's literally just the exact same as the front, so. Except for the gray concrete section. The gray concrete section I'm going to save until the end. And then you want to place 3 rows of white concrete on top of that, and you want to continue your window pattern moving up. I'll do some of the left and some of the back, just to make the video a little bit longer, so it doesn't look like I show you how to make this thing in 20 minutes. It's good marketing. So again, it's just a lot of 2s. Basically, just copy the pattern from below. And then, if you forget the pattern, you can always go back in the video, and I pretty much say it anywhere in the video. Although it might be longer on some sides compared to others. Basically, just continue the pattern to hit the edge of the row. Which it should end on a 2 white concrete. Or it should end on 3 white concrete, but it's only at the second block of that 3, basically. And, yeah, we have a lot of walls to do. And the inside, I might actually have to split into 2 parts. I'm gonna try and do it all at once. I'm trying to figure out what today is. Yeah, okay. That's Timing, it might be a little bit in between, because I might do 2 houses. Like, I might do a house, say, for the video before this, and I'll do one in between. Just so I can record this on the weekend, because I think that'd just be easier for me. So I have all day to just, grind on building this. This is one of the grindiest tutorials, I think, out of all of them. The school's another one. The school, prison, cinema, those are really... School, prison, cinema, and now the hospital. Those are the, like, big ones. That really are, like, But, I'm not gonna go all the way to the top. And I'll show you how to do the back, and then I'll cut out all that fun process. So, yeah, this will probably take you... Between the left, the right, and the 2 back section, it'll probably take you 40 minutes? I don't know. It'll be a while, though. But anyways, from this back corner, you want to move towards the inside with 27 white concrete. And if you want to just double check, you can make sure that it aligns with the front one perfectly, which is correct, so the end white concretes are at the same block. You can even put a wall there if you really wanted to. We might end up doing that, but we'll see. And then moving from the outer wall towards the inside, you want to place 1 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 3 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, 2 white concrete, 2 blue stained glass panes, and 2 white concrete. Copy that row one more time, and again, you should know how it goes from here, and I think I'll build this to the same height as I did the left one. And then the entire right side and the rest of this section I will do off camera. And then again, place your 3 rows of white concrete, and just continue that pattern on all these sections until you reach the top of your build. It's a lot of placing, and I'm sorry to have to put you in this, but you were the one that clicked on the video, just saying, I'm just kidding. I didn't have to make the hospital this complex, but I wanted an upgrade. I wanted a serious upgrade, because, like, let's be honest, what hospital is as small as the other one that I made? They have to have room for a lot of people, and I think that this is the good section. This is a good area for that, or a good size. It might be a little too big, but again, you know, it's definitely got some size to it. I love building huge buildings. They're just fun. I'm not very good at them usually, but like something like this where it's repetitive, but it's something huge, like it's not super complex. I'm very good with those, but like complex things I cannot build for some reason. Like that'll be interesting to see me have to build the Little Nightmares 2 school. Once I get to that point, which I will. I'm gonna do probably some time-lapse work on that soon. If I can get time-lapses to work. That's gonna be the test run, because that's the thing that if I build a crap ton, it doesn't really matter, because I've already done that before. But yeah, alright, so I'm going to go off recording and do the rest of this, and I will be back with a almost finished hospital. 20 minutes later, here we are. Now, looking definitely a lot better. Now we're gonna just finish up the build. Not a lot of work left, other than obviously the inside, but the inside is 2 floors up to me, the rest up to you. But again, second floor will basically be a carbon copy of the rest of them. That is how I would recommend doing it, because that just would make it easier. But that's for next episode, or part, whatever you want to call it. Come to the back center of the build, and you want to place a gray concrete backward diagonally towards the center from the white concrete sections. Oopsies. You then want to bring it backward by, each one backward by 1, and then connect them together. You then want to bring them up by 31 if you have the 6 floors. It just should be two rows taller than the white concrete, same as the front. You can however you can determine that however you think it is. Or not determine however you think it is. Determine it based on how high your building is. If you're building this 8 floors, for example, you could leave how tall the gray concrete is for that. But I'm pretty sure it's just to add like 5 blocks per floor, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, add 5 blocks per floor basically. So like, I think 8 floors should be 42 total blocks. I mean, 10 would be 52. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, because that actually works out. It's basically 5 per floor, yeah. Just a little over with the, what floor? It's 2 blocks, two blocks larger, I think from the bottom. I'm not sure. But that's not really important. So basically just multiply however many floors you have by 5 and add 2 to that. And that's your number. So let's say you build it 20 floors tall. It'd be 102 blocks. Or you wanted to build it 40 floors tall. That'd be 202 blocks. You'd be getting very close to world height, but unless you're on Java, then I think they extended it to like, I don't know what it is, but it's like 350 or something. It's something different. It's not 256 anymore. But, you can add the pillar quartz to this if you'd like. I did not. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Like, the back looks fine still. I think what makes it different is because that already has that little thing at the bottom, and this is just completely blank. So the front looks better with it just because it needs the detail. But, yeah, because if you just have the doors and then the medic symbol, and even just, like, the thing around the doorway without the pillar quartz moving up, it just might look a little weird. I don't know. What you want to do now is you want to connect the top rows of gray concrete together here on the front and the back. You only have to do the top rows. Just like that. Now, you want to place a row of white concrete upward diagonally outwards a row from that top row of gray concrete and want to go all the way around your building. And it does want to go directly over the pillar quartz blocks. I feel like usually in that case I'd say move it forward an additional block so it's overhanging that, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, you could. You hypothetically could. Actually, sure, it looks like that if you want to do that for some reason. And it will also be an additional row up. I actually do like that. It's up to you, though. And then you do want to place an additional row of white concrete on top of that white concrete. Again, depending on whether or not it moves forward an additional row. If it moves forward an additional row, only place it on the front row. Don't place it on the back row. Because you will need 2 rows. And I can actually test how it looks with that. Because I'm curious. Yeah, I actually like that. Although, it's up to you. And I'll show you it without it as well. So you can compare. And if you want, you could do one, or you could do one on your design and then have the other one on my design and compare. Yeah, I think I like it better because of the shadow. But then what you want to do in the center, this is on the lower row of white concrete, you want to fill in the roof here in with smooth stone. Just like this. Sorry, I was trying to grab my phone. But, oh, it's already open to what I want it to be open at. Never mind. Let's see why I need it. We're almost done the outside. That did not feel as long as I was anticipating for it to feel, to be honest. It's 7:25. I think I started at like 6:45. So I mean, not too long of a tutorial. considering the sheer size of this. But granted, a lot of it was like, I think the difference with this between the 50-minute mansion was the mansion was so much more complex and intricate, and it had all those little like designs. This is literally just one pattern, copy it all over the entire build, and that's pretty much as much as this offers. Alright, so there's one roof section done. Now for the other one, what you want to basically do is you want to take the, you want to place a row of gray concrete upward diagonally outwards from the top row of white concrete. It does want to connect straight to the gray concrete middle section, and it does not want to go around it. It just wants to go straight into it. And then poke out the other side of it. So as you can see, it just kind of jabs in there, and then you want to come to the other side and just bring it out. It's basically just like a straight line. Good job to anyone who built this in survival, or tried to build this in survival, because that is a lot of concrete. And then you want to bring that row of gray concrete up with an additional row. So this is one of the, I guess, things that I didn't intend for this build, but it kind of just happened. I think this is a big thing as well, because this should really, like, depending on how tall your building is, I would change this. Like, you can make it 3 each section, and you could still make the smooth stone on the first row down. It is honestly up to you. But yeah, like, as you can see, I do really like how the roofs kind of, like, almost intersect. Although this one kind of rests on top of it. And then what you want to do is on the bottom row of gray concrete here along the outside, and like this white concrete section, you want to basically fill in the ceiling with smooth stone, so it's on the row above the white concrete. The easy way to do this is just come to the corner, and you want to take your coordinates. So 673, 39, and then -349. And then come to the other side. I was at the far left front-hand corner, now it's the back left-hand corner, and then 709, 39, and -281. And then you want to type in /fill. This is the easy way to do it. And then it has 673, 39, -349. And then the other coordinate, which is 709, 39, -281, and then smooth stone. And if you do everything correct, you should have this. And it will go under that middle roof, but that does not matter at all. Because the ceiling will be below that that row of smooth stone no matter what. So it really doesn't make a difference. Like if I come to the inside right now, it will just be a flat smooth stone ceiling, which it doesn't matter. That actually looks like the museum. I don't know why, that reminds me of the museum, the way that it has that curve at the front. But yeah, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the exterior for your remake hospital complete. Let me know which one you like better, because I'm curious. I think if you upscaled the old one would still be a decent model, but I like this one way better. But, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.